Now it's being recorded, Rhea.
Oh, yeah. Is there a place where we can download the recordings and, like review information?
You can watch them on YouTube.
Hmm.
Every meeting.
Every
Every
meeting.
meeting where the recordings are successful.
Oh,
How's my audio?
It's fine, Roger. Not Roger.
Ridge.
Ridge.
I'll put the YouTube link in the chat.
thanks.
Well, I guess we should officially start. You want to start it, Roger?
It's rolling.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to the October meeting of Ask the Experts, which is Roger, me, and Bob, and anybody else who has an answer to a question.
Mhm.
So, to start, does anybody have any questions? Go ahead, Beth.
Um, Hi. This is a question that I have about my MacBook Air, and it also occurred with my former MacBook Pro. And I use a mouse and the touchpad, but when I'm using the mouse, sometimes the screen will shift like to the left, and then the mouse and the um, touchpad both become inoperable. And I mess around with the mouse and then it shifts back over and I'm back in business. So my question is, what's going on and how do I get out of it when that's happening?
Okay, you go into your mouse settings in your system settings, and you have it set up for two finger. I think it's spaces or Roger, do you remember what it is? What version of OS are you on?
The latest one, whatever that is.
Let me see. Let me go into my system settings real quick. Uh, they keep on moving everything. Go on the trackpad. It's I don't see it in here. Um
Under
it's under
mouse?
more gestures, and it says swipe between pages.
Am
On
I
the
on
mouse,
mouse or the
yeah,
trackpad?
on the mouse.
Okay, mouse. And what was it, the next thing to look at?
It should be under, trying to think here. I don't have it under set up Bluetooth. I don't have an Apple mouse hooked up, so I really can't see exactly where it is. But there's a setting where if you take two fingers on your mouse and you move them to the right or the left, that'll change the screen on your laptop.
Oh,
And on the trackpad, I think it's three fingers, so it's less likely to happen.
okay. And so to get out of it, I need to put two fingers back on the mouse.
Right, and move it the opposite way.
Okay, I'll try that. I don't see that setting. Let me look under trackpad. It says tracking. So oh, I see more gestures.
And you see the top one there under more gestures.
Swipe between pages, scroll
Right.
left or right with two fingers. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. But I should leave it set like that.
That's if you want it. That's for your trackpad. There should be a similar setting under your mouse somewhere.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right, I'll work with that. Thank you very much.
Anybody else have any questions?
Oh, I do.
Hey,
I
Rhea, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I want to say thanks for your patience. I've been away for a few months, and I have like two moves literally going on at the same time. Moving my late mother's family stuff out of California and then moving to another apartment in Tucson, like pretty much at the same time. It was totally crazy. Anyway, so I've got more than one question. First of all, I have two laptops. One's very old and maybe not no good anymore. But the newer one has Catalina on it as an operating system. Uh, is it still possible to update that to the most recent version, or is that too far back and it's kind of stuck with Catalina?
Depends on what year it came out. Do you know what model it is?
Well, I'm not sure exactly. I got it in 2018. So,
Yeah. Well, if it was a 2018, then it should at least go up to Sonoma or Sequoia. Will not go up to Tahoe.
oh,
If it's a 2017, it'll probably only go up to Ventura, which is
and that's what
10.13.
10
But
point.
you can go into the system settings, the software update, and it'll
Uh-huh.
let you know what the latest it'll run.
Oh, okay. So I can't update it to the most updated operating system that now
N
exists.
no, that requires specific hardware, and
I
it's
see.
primarily the M series, and there's only one or two Intels that it'll support.
Oh, okay. So I'd have to get a new laptop, in other words, to get uh the latest operating system.
Yes, ma'am. The good news is the MacBook Air
Mm-hmm.
is considerably more powerful than the MacBook Pro was just a couple of years ago, and a lot cheaper.
Okay, MacBook Air. So, that's the one you recommend?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, they sell them at Simutech. Is that where you'd recommend getting it?
I would go over to Apple personally.
Mhm.
The Apples, like
Yeah, the
Apple
Apple
Store?
Store over at La Encantada. Chances are they'll have more in stock, more options. So
Okay, Apple Store at, where did you say? La Cantata?
La Encantada, it's over on Campbell and Sunrise.
Uh, I'll write
The
that
La
down.
Encantada Mall
Mhm.
is up there on the northwest corner of Campbell and
Okay,
Skyline or Sunrise over there,
done
Riz.
right here.
I'm writing this down.
And
Okay.
Amazon now has a sale going on for MacBook Airs to save $300,
Oh, how's this?
apparently.
Uh, okay. I mean, the whole idea of another MacBook may be completely out of my means at this point. Um, but this is good to know. Um, Now another thing is I tried to download a version of iMovie that was compatible with Catalina. And I found something called iMovie Maker, and I thought it was a version of iMovie, but then uh it said I had to pay money or any video I made would have this god awful watermark in the middle of it that made it
Mhm.
completely lousy, unwatchable. So I think I may have downloaded a lemon that wasn't the real iMovie. Do you have any advice on how to get the real thing? Because as I understand it, it should be free.
Yeah,
This.
yeah, go to the App Store. So under your Apple menu, select the App Store and then search
Mhm.
for iMovie, and you'll be able to download it at no charge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that's what I was doing. Okay. Yeah, I think I
Words
may have.
are words
Hmm?
are very important. So anything added to iMovie, like an
Mhm.
iMovie Maker, makes that particular program not from Apple.
Ooh. Yeah, I was a little worried about that. I thought maybe the name had changed or something. I began to feel a bit naive. I hope I didn't get any viruses. It doesn't look like it.
I doubt it.
Okay, but I will just like delete that program from my apps. So th that's the thing to do, right? Just get rid of iMovie Maker.
Hmm.
Okay. And
Rhea, I have a
hmm,
request.
yes,
It looks like you're coming to us on your phone.
yes.
Can you put your phone in such a position that you're not holding it? Because it's kind of making me seasick.
All right. Can I put it in a position where I'm not holding it? That may be a bit tricky. I think the problem is that I'm holding it and with my left hand and writing with my right hand. So I'll put it down when I have to write. How about that?
Well,
Can't you,
Bob, I'm
can't
not
you
seeing a
prop it
problem.
up against a book or something?
Maybe. Maybe I could just prop it up against my large scanner.
Yeah,
There. Oh,
There you
much,
go. That's
much
perfect.
better. Thank you.
all right. Um, Another question I had, and this may be the last one I can think of for now, is I have some audio recordings and also some audio visual recordings. In other words, MP3s and MP4s, and some of them are in other formats that have a lot of crackle in them. They're like from old analog media, some like from vinyl records and other sources that sometimes made a crackle. And I've been told that there's such a thing as software programs that will remove most or all of that crackling in the background. Do you know anything about what would be good versions and what would be compatible with my old software? And do they work on both audio and audiovisual stuff? That kind of thing.
Well, two totally different products. So for audio, I think Amadeus may have a cleaner in it. I haven't used it in ages. I don't even know if they still make it. Um, but for video, any of the AI based video programs should work, but they're quite expensive. You'll spend $200-300 on an app
Mm-hmm.
that'll do that.
I see. Um, Even if I get an older version?
Doesn't matter.
Mm, I see. So AI
Hey,
based,
hey,
uh, AI based, what did you say?
It's a video editor. The one that let me see if I still have it on here. You open up my app folder.
iMovie
Um,
wouldn't have such a thing built into it, would it?
no,
Mm-mm.
no, you need something a
hey,
little bit more powerful than that.
hey,
I'm trying to think.
Wouldn't Audacity have that capability?
Well, that Audacity or Amadeus, that's the other one I was thinking. That's audio only.
Mm-hmm.
Something like Topaz Video AI, and which I own, but I don't like it. There was another one I used for a while, and I just don't remember the name of it that worked a little bit better than that.
Would it be DaVinci?
No, it wasn't DaVinci. Hold on, let me see if I could find it. Uh,
he, this is not exactly related, but Ray, do you have a monitor? I have an old Mac Mini. I'd be glad to send you, and maybe Bob, who I know would, if you had a keyboard and a mouse.
I have I believe I have a keyboard now. A monitor? No, I don't.
I mean, I'd like to see you get the most. I mean, to really get the benefit is try to get the most recent operating system,
I'd love
and then
Mac.
use the all the Apple stuff because I think we're finding. I don't know, but Bob and Chris, who I know a little bit, it works and it does everything that I can imagine would need.
Are
But to
you
be,
give me a Mac Mini? Seriously?
yeah, I
Wow.
wouldn't have said.
I won't
I
turn
mean,
that down. Thank you. What's your name
well,
again?
I'm Gary, but
Gary?
Bob got me into this group,
Well,
and then Chris asked me here too, and I'm grateful. I live in Cleveland, but it doesn't matter. I mean, with Zoom is Zoom. So,
you're
I
in Ohio.
Bob, you start talking because
So you're in Ohio, Gary?
yeah,
Oh,
but
hmm.
We have a couple of Ohio members.
yeah,
Gary's here now, and um, The other one,
Isn't Chris
Marty.
Jensen?
Marty has
Marty.
said that he may well join us, even though
Oh.
I told him not to. I told him I told him not to because he tends to buy everything, and he
Yeah.
just bought what, two new iPhones and a new the new Vision Pro. His credit card must be warm to the touch. And I told him, don't come or you might buy more stuff. He says, oh, I really like those.
Yeah, well, I'm really grateful to you, Gary. I guess I'll have to send you my mailing address and you would send me a package. I mean, maybe we
Yeah.
should talk about this after the group meeting or something.
Okay. I'll send you a text message with my address, phone number. I'll send it up.
Email would be
I'll
good
put
to
it in
start.
the chat. I'll put it in the chat. I mean, I'm with friends. Uh,
1,000 thanks.
so somehow you just get you a monitor and get hooked up and then keep.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm sure getting a monitor shouldn't be too hard.
I had a client the other day get his wife a monitor for her MacBook at Keeper of the Grumper, which is at Stone and Fort Lowell. They take in used equipment. He bought a 27-inch monitor for $25.
Keeper of the Grumper?
Keeper of the Grumper dot
Gee,
org.
That's
pardon
our
me?
favorite place to recycle electronic stuff. You take your stuff there and they'll take it from you. If they feel that they can sell it, they'll do that, and the profits go to, is it the Boys and Girls Clubs or something
It's
Scouting.
along
the
those?
Tucson Choir and the Boy Scouts.
Oh, okay. Okay. And if they can't make it work and it has no value, then they see that it is recycled responsibly.
I put
Okay,
I
Paper
put
on the
the
Grumper is on the internet, so you can find them there.
I
great.
put I put the URL in the chat,
Hmm.
except it put a space in there. So eliminate the
Okay.
space and you got it.
All right. I saw that. Thank you.
Yeah, and the other video program that I was talking about that works real well is called Video Process Converter AI. The problem with any of these, they need a fairly fast computer. Um, because you could take on a slow computer a 30-minute video could literally take 4 to 5 days to process.
Oh, all right. So,
Yeah, I think the other problem is Marty, the guy that does our podcast, has a bunch of these new apps. Now, I have no idea because, like Bob says, he's got a hot credit card or whatever you want to call it. Uh, but the problem with these apps, there's several new ones out in the last year or two, but they kind of presuppose an advanced user that knows what it is and and how to run it. And that's a problem. I just don't know in terms of like Audacity would probably have that, but then you got to figure out where it is, and there's like 98 functions that it does for sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the limitation there. But maybe if you know somebody who's doing audio video work and they work on a Mac, Raya, you could talk to them. Maybe they
mhm.
could help you out on it. Because it's kind of a subspecialty to do that. It's usually people who do audio video for a living that are really familiar with that stuff or have a need for it all the time.
Oh, you're talking about the crackle removing
Yeah.
again? Okay, I'm sorry, I missed something. Where did you say I would find someone like that?
Well, that's the question. Do you know anybody that does do we have anybody in the club, Bob, that does audio video work?
Not that I know of.
Yeah. I mean, it's a subspecialty. It's just like desktop publishing used to be with Quark and
Mhm.
PageMaker and all of that.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, Rhea, with your permission,
Yeah.
I can send Gary your email address and your mailing address from the TMUG membership database. Um, Gary is an okay guy. He's
I
not
believe
gonna. He's none of that. He's like 1,000 or 1,500 miles away. He's not gonna,
Mhm.
climb in through your bathroom window or anything.
That we know of.
Yeah,
Well,
that would be a bit involved.
as far
Well,
as I know, he's not wanted in Arizona.
or even in Ohio. Yeah,
So,
well, you have my permission. Yes, very
okay,
much.
I'll message that to
Uh,
Gary directly so he
Thank you.
has your information.
okay,
Mhm.
I got.
Anybody else have any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Hey,
I
Denny.
I updated my iPhone and iWatch software this past week, and I got a phone call yesterday, and it rang on my watch, but not on my phone. What
Hmm.
settings, where should I think start hunting?
Did it only ring once on your phone or not at all on your phone? And did it happen one time or does it happen all the time?
I think I don't get that many calls, but I think it happens all the time.
Then you would go on your phone, you would go into the sound and haptics settings in your system settings
I went there.
and
Right.
make sure the volume is turned up and disable the check mark that says change volume by buttons.
Okay.
Because a lot of people will accidentally lower the volume on their phone, which lowers the ringer.
Yeah.
Wait,
The
did you
volume's
say,
up. Go ahead.
go over that again, will you, Kevin?
Okay, in the system settings of the iPhone, go over to sound and haptics, and then there's a setting for the ringer volume, and in there is a check mark for allow buttons to change volume or to change ringer. You want to have that button disabled.
Oh, I had it able on. Okay.
But this way, when your phone rings, it doesn't matter what the volume is of music or anything else. The volume for your ringer will stay set.
I just turned that off today. I used to think it would be a good thing to adjust the loudness of the ringing. For me, it's not practical because it always ends up with all my different audio headphones and hearing aids and stuff. It always ends up too low and I don't hear calls.
Yeah.
Same thing. I do the Siri announce calls too, but it only goes in certain conditions. Like I've got to have headphones on, which I pretty much do all the time anyway. So
Yeah, I have a Plantronics headset that I wear, and it announces calls whether it rings or not, which is really nice.
works with hearing aids too.
What is the setting again? You turn you flip off?
You want to turn off a control ringer with buttons
Mine says change with buttons.
or change with buttons.
Turn that off?
Turn that off.
Got it. Thank you.
That's a worthwhile tip. Kevin,
Yeah,
I have a question.
yeah, Jerry.
I have an uninterruptible power supply, which is cabled into my Mac Mini. And I have various readouts from software that our English friend, whose name I can't remember, uh, to keep track of things like that. So I noticed for years, it seemed like the button or the display, the icon that talked about the UPS was always stuck at 100%, 100%. With the latest update of the operating system, I've discovered it wanders around like it's actually measuring something. Before, I think it was just stuck. And I'm curious
What type of UPS is it?
What type?
Yeah.
Uh,
It-
are you asking for a manufacturer?
yep.
Huh.
It should, or what is on the front of it? Let's do it that way.
Hold on just a minute. You're assuming I can see. Just a sec.
Jerry, is it a tower or is it a flat like a power strip?
No, it's a tower.
Okay, there should be a menu button on the front of on the front of the display. And one of the settings is for the battery capacity. The battery capacity, whether your battery is good or bad, usually stays at 100%.
Right.
If you move that to load or efficiency or frequency, then it'll adjust up and down.
Okay.
Another thing to note is the 5-year rule. If the batteries are in there over 5 years,
Yes.
it doesn't matter what it says on the display. The batteries are bad.
Okay. I kind of figured that. So I thought maybe I'd treat myself to a brand new UPS.
Batteries are cheaper.
Picture.
Yeah,
Check
but
that.
you have to have the vision and the acuity and the mental smarts to be able to replace them. I've replaced several sets, but I know what's involved, and I'd rather buy a new one.
Understood.
Yeah.
Kevin, I put a screenshot in the chat of the setting.
Oh, cool.
For, yeah, change with buttons. That's iOS 26 in dark mode.
I have a question about Tahoe. I may have been asked already. Should I upgrade to Tahoe?
I
At this-
would. I don't see any reason not to if you have a newer computer.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I have a
Especially,
new one and I have an old one. I have an old iMac.
How old?
Define old.
well,
Pardon?
is it Intel or is it the reduced instruction set one, the modern one?
Is it an M series iMac or
It's a Mac Pro, about 1 year old.
if it's about a year old, then there's no reason not to upgrade it to Tahoe.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
The one thing, Tom, is give yourself some time and patience to get used to it. It's very different. I mean,
And
it's a lot more different, and I'm going to talk about that tonight in the accessibility minute. But the most important thing is give yourself time. Like if you're going to be busy doing some stuff, wait till you're not, because so that you
Right.
get comfortable with the OS and you know where things are, and you make any adjustments you want to make. It's less so with Tahoe, but particularly on the phone for vision issues and such.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and don't forget if there's something in the user interface that you don't like on Tahoe, chances are there's a setting in the system to move it back to where it used to look like.
Okay.
And for 90% of the stuff that's there,
Wow.
which I thought was nice.
Yeah. Finally.
You
Hey,
can
Chris,
turn most of it off.
do you remember the problem I told you I was having with my MacBook Pro? And where I had to send it into Apple?
No, I don't remember that.
Chris?
Yeah.
I got it back about a month ago. Haven't had a single crash.
Oh, right. They gave you a new logic board, right?
No, they just gave me a new keyboard assembly inside the laptop.
Wild.
The keyboard I/O chip was bad.
Thank
Just
you.
let people know what I'm talking about. I got a MacBook Pro about a little over a year ago. Could not run it for more than 3 to 4 days without it freezing. And I spent a lot of hours trying to debug it. And one of the things that came out with Tahoe included advanced diagnostics for laptops. So I ran their diagnostics and it told me an I/O, an input-output component was defective. Sent it into Apple and it resolved all my crashes after a year of troubleshooting.
Oh, yeah. When somebody who's fairly knowledgeable gets stubbed on the toes time after time after time, it's reasonable to suspect hardware.
Yeah, but it did not fail the hardware test a year ago or
Yeah.
6 months ago. It
Well,
was only until they enhanced the hardware test in Tahoe that it saw an issue.
you're assuming that all hardware diagnostics are perfect,
Yeah.
and they're not.
Can't assume anything with Apple.
You know, well, anybody. I got another question. Um, I have a Apple Watch 10 and an Apple Watch 7, and I ended up with two of them, but and figured I would retire the 7. But I like having two watches because I can switch back and forth while one is charging and so forth. The problem occurs that whenever I do a software update, Tahoe software update for my Apple Watch only will do the latest version, the 10, and I cannot get it to uh, update the 7. And it looks for all of me like there's a logic error there, and I hope that Apple will fix it soon. But I was wondering, does anybody have any words of wisdom about this? Nope.
What do you mean by a logic error? The 7, I don't think
Well,
supports the newer operating
it's a
system.
logic error in the sense that it's 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 the software is written to not look for all possible updates. It only looks for one, says, "Ooh, my work is done," and it will not update on the 7.
Chances are the 7 already has the latest operating system that it could support.
Ah, good point.
Otherwise, it would see it. I think I don't remember, but I think it was either 8 or 9 that started, which will allow 26.
Okay. Thank you, Kevin. That's a really good pointer. It never occurred to me that it wouldn't run the very latest one, but that'll do it.
Kevin, I looked it up and the Series 6 supports 26.
Does it?
Yeah, I
Um,
thought it did. I mean, I'm not sure how it's going to run, if it's going to run slow or something, but
yeah, Series 6, Series 7. Um, yeah, I don't on that, Jerry, I don't know. Is it paired with your iPhone?
Yes, they're both paired with my iPhone.
Okay, so when you go to the first screen in the Watch app,
Say again?
when you go to the initial screen in the Watch app, when you open it up, it'll
Yes,
ask you to select which watch you want to work with.
yes.
So select the 7 and then go to general and then software update and see, and it may see it in there.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try that. That's a good thought. Thanks. If I don't want to hog the meeting here, but I've got a couple more. Um, I have I I ended up basically completely giving away my TV. My wife wanted no cables visible, that sort of thing. So we ended up putting a whole pot full of equipment up on the wall on one of the pull-out stands. And didn't fill my druthers for maintenance access, but you do some things for domestic happiness. Anyway, she's not in the picture anymore, unfortunately. And so I'm redoing my TV completely. And I have selected a TV that's highly recommended by Wirecutter, just for my needs. Uh, it's not the top of the line, but it's just below. It's that B plus TV. But my question essentially comes around to I've got to provide a stand for the TV to sit on, as well as a whole pot full of equipment like cable modems and UPSs and so forth that are associated with it. Who is a good vendor for TV stands that are open, ventilated? I don't want an enclosed, frou-frou, high-fashion TV stand. I want
Only places in Tucson that I would think of, and I don't like either of the place, is Ashley's Furniture on the east side or American Furniture Warehouse off of I-10.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that one. Okay. That
Yeah,
you,
they'll both sell reasonably priced stuff.
yeah. The price is not the issue. It's the design that I want simple, open, maintainable design. And that's okay. So Ashley and American Furniture Warehouse.
And you can
Thanks.
check both of their websites to see
Yeah.
what's available before you go into the stores. I mean,
Yeah.
there's other places in town, but for you'll spend thousands on furniture that doesn't really give you much.
Exactly.
And then there's also IKEA, and you can look at their website.
Yeah. The problem is,
And whatever you decide is, they'll send it to you for you to put together.
oh, really? It used to be the case that you had to go to Phoenix to get IKEA stuff.
Yeah, but IKEA, don't forget, you have to put everything together yourself. It doesn't come pre-assembled.
Right? Yeah, I know that.
Not now, though.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I don't want to hog the time either. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ray.
But are any of you people do any of you people do this kind of work or know anybody who does the kind of work whereby you extract a internal hard drive from an old iMac and put it in some kind of case so that the information on it can be copied as if from an external hard drive? Because I'm trying to do that with my mom's old iMac, and the motherboard or whatever it's called doesn't function, so you can't turn it on. So a computer guy in California recommended finding someone who can extract the internal hard drive and put it in a case and do what I just said. Do any of you do? Pardon?
Yeah, it sounds like a job right up the line for Simutech.
Oh,
And if you can find a private person who sometimes they'll just do it for free.
anybody in the group do that? Any of you guys?
And not for free, but I'm sure I do it. Roger would do it. The Simutech may be cheaper because they may charge you a flat labor rate for that.
How much would you charge if you don't mind my asking in group?
I charge $150 an hour to walk into somebody's place. Minimum.
Oh, what if I brought it to you and
Same thing.
supplied? Oh, okay.
What kind of
Yeah.
connection is there
I'm
to
a
that
little bit
drive?
on the higher end here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's reasonable. Um, so, okay. So you think Simutech would be my best bet?
Yeah.
That's where I try.
Call them
Okay.
and ask for a quote.
Yeah, I will. I'll ask them.
Yeah, they're perfectly okay with that sort of thing.
Simultech
Okay.
can even have the case you need.
Yeah. Would I have to supply an external hard drive for them to copy it onto?
No, because you would want to put it into an enclosure, which would end up being cheaper than the time involved in copying.
I don't understand. I
Okay.
thought that.
So say you have a hard drive in there. If the hard drive is still good, They'll just take it out, put it in a case, and hand it to you.
Oh, and it'll be connectable with a USB connection the same
You,
way.
yes,
Oh, okay. All
versus
right.
versus taking the time to copy it and stuff like that.
Okay.
The other thing is that if it's really old, you
Hmm.
self-defense would tell me that you ought to make a copy immediately because
Oh,
you never can tell when an old drive will crap out.
I would do that. Yes,
That
I
means
would do.
buying another enclosure, another drive, and being set up to do the copy. You could do the copy yourself on
Okay.
your machine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I would do that immediately. Yes.
And Simutech will know which kind of enclosure to put it in,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's
Okay.
parallel or serial.
What does that mean?
Well, that's the formatting of the
It's,
electronics.
it's what kind of interface it needs.
I see. And so, but the casing that they put it in would have a USB connection that I could just plug into my one of my laptops.
It should.
You make sure you ask for that,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I can do that.
Okay.
And if you
Oh,
bring your laptop with you and you pick it up, see if it works before you leave Simutech.
yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you, Ridge.
No.
Gary, did you have a question? I saw a chat.
I do have a short question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had it, it happened and then it didn't happen and it's happening. So if it has to do with adding a new name to contacts. So when I go open my contacts now and hit the plus sign, as I start to type, it immediately goes away and goes to another already made contact.
I have the
Oh,
same problem.
okay.
If I just do a plus, and if I want to just say, I hit the plus, I hit new contact, and then say I want to put Chris in, and it'll probably work this time. But when I hit the CHR, well, now it's working. But it would now, oh no, it went away. So now it
Yeah.
went away, and another
But,
contact that I have named Jill Miller Zyman shows up, her contact. And it's like B, C, D. So
this is
I used to trick it. Someone told me I would just put like a C, the one, and then save it. Just do a save
Mhm.
and then go back and try to find it. But I haven't today been able to find it.
I've
Okay.
seen several reports of that on the web, Gary. So you are not alone. I think Apple is aware of the bug, and my
Okay.
guess is it's going to be fixed in 26.1.
Okay. And I'm running because of back to Marty Jenswitz and even maybe Chris, the beta 26, because this Mac Mini will run it. Okay. Thanks, Kevin.
I have that same problem, Gary, and the way I would get around it is I run, among other things, the Apple's contacts, but there's another program called Busy Contacts that I run. And Busy Contacts handles everything just fine. So what we're talking about here is a Apple bug, and I think it probably will be fixed on the next release.
Okay. Thanks.
Wait that.
Gary, do you use SetApp at all?
I
No, I know I think I found there were not there wasn't enough there to justify the cost of SetApp.
Okay.
But go ahead. What?
Yeah,
Because
the reason I was going to say that is because Busy Contacts is part of SetApp also.
I know.
Yeah, I use Busy Contacts and Busy Mac,
Cal.
Busy Cal, and they both are fine. I actually pay the maintenance fee for them
Hey,
because they're just really very nice.
Kevin, what do you use in SetApp, or what are other people that use it? They because it has a lot of, as I understand.
Let me launch it so I can tell you what I use on this machine. And I just uninstalled a bunch of stuff that I haven't used in a while. So on this one, I use Bartender, Al Dente Pro,
Yeah.
Pop Clip, one called iFlips, Better Zip, iStat Menu, Nitro PDF, and a program called Downy. I would say 4 of these I have licenses for, but I switched over to SetApp. On my laptop, I probably have about 15 to 20 of their apps installed.
Mm.
And I just opened my set app folder and I've got 25 items, several
Yeah.
of which I don't even recognize the names. But Clean My Mac X is very important.
Okay.
Downy is
Yeah.
good if you want to download a YouTube video. Photo Magico Pro is very good. iStat menus, iThoughts X, Paste I use all the time. Nitro PDF I use all the time. Um, and several others.
Mm.
It's well worth the $10 a month to me.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
mileage may vary.
I agree. And lots of times I'll download an app to do a task and it'll work great. And then I'll just get rid of the app because I'm not sure I'm going to use it again. And then 6 months later, I'll do the same thing.
Right.
I have an iPhone question. If I when I
Go
switched
ahead,
from
Tom.
iPhone 11 to 16, I had enlarged my contact list, and I can't remember how I can't remember how I did that. Because when I got when I got the 16 opened up, it was back to the smaller print. It is, can anybody tell me how I enlarge my contact list?
Yeah, and let me grab my iPhone. There was a setting in that, and it's system wide. It's not just your contacts.
Accessibility?
And hold on a second. Let me.
It's in the control panel.
Yeah. It wasn't in accessibility. Um,
Isn't it in desktop?
it is in. I think display and brightness.
Display. Okay, good enough.
So what it'll do is in there,
Yeah.
you could tell it what the text size is and whether you want
Yes.
bold text or not.
Okay.
Choose bold. Choose bold.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Okay.
one thing to note is that it may make it easier for you to read your contacts and your texts, but if you go too big, it makes it very hard to read the system settings.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you have to find somewhere right in between that
Okay.
makes good sense to you.
Good enough. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions before we go on break?
I just have a comment about how useless Safari is becoming. There's so many websites that Safari won't handle that you need another browser to use.
I haven't ran into many of that, Tom. Also, another thing that you could do on in Safari, if you go to a website where it actually tells you that Safari is not recommended, if you turn on the debug menu, you could go in Safari, you could tell Safari that on that page to act like it's Firefox. So the website on the other side will say, hey, you're not on Safari. and it'll just work. It doesn't change anything in Safari. Like if you go into the military pay site with Safari, it'll give you all sorts of warnings. Safari's not
Yeah.
compatible, blah, blah, blah. You change the
Security.
user agent and it just works. So you're kind of lying to it.
Where do I go?
Okay, go into your go into Safari. And let me pull it up and I could
On the right-hand side.
and then go into your system settings.
Well, no, I'm talking about Safari on the Mac.
Right. Go into Safari and then go hit
Settings.
Command Comma to get into the Safari preferences.
Okay.
Then go under Advanced. And on the very bottom, there's a button that says Show Features for Web Developers.
Where's the advanced?
It's up in the preferences up on the top. It's towards the right. Third one from the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, okay.
Then on the very bottom, there's a button that says Show Features for Web Developers.
Click that.
Click that. Now a new menu will pop up in Safari called Develop. And when you open up a page, which is really nice, say you're on a page and say you have Firefox installed, you could go Open Page With, and you could change the browser there, and it'll open it in that browser. Or you go to User Agent and tell it what you want that website to think you're using.
Hold on, I got the show features for web developers. I click. I had it selected, but how do I go to the
Okay, up in your menu bar in Safari, you have File, Edit, View, History, Bookmarks, and then Develop.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, got it.
And you could change either the user agent, which will make that website think that you're using a different browser, or you could open up that page in another browser that's installed on your computer.
Oh, okay. Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Do you know what the underlying thing is on that, Kevin? Because I'm seeing a lot of old sites. I'm guessing they're not very well maintained or they're not secure, but Safari won't let me in them.
I haven't seen many, but a lot of it, it's like, Chris, if you remember on AOL, I'll give you an example. Do you remember Live Aid back in the 80s or in the in the early 90s? Live Aid was recorded with QuickTime. On AOL, if you went to their Live Aid page, they would say Apple Mac is not supported with QuickTime. It's just the way that these developers write code. They say, I want this browser or this browser or this browser, and they don't think Safari is a valid browser. So you got to tell it you're using either Firefox in Windows or Internet Explorer in Windows, and then the page will just work.
That's a great idea.
HTML is HTML.
I forgot about that user agent thing. That's a really good one. Also for Tom, I put a screenshot in the chat of the Control Center text adjustment item, and you can do it by the app or system wide. And so if you're in the app that you want to be in, wherever you're changing the font, when you go to the Control Center and select text size, that it will show you either the app or everywhere. But
Oh,
now
that's cool.
the caveat with this is it's really touchy. And if you do everywhere and you do it too big, then you're going to be, pulling your hair out, coming back, changing it back, and sort of this thing, it's got kind of like a hair trigger on this particular, what do we want to call it, icon or movable button, whatever it is. So be prepared. But I use that a lot because certain apps have tiny fonts.
Okay, it's time for our break.